I spoke to the tower, but I can't see the exhaust port. You sure the computer can hit it? Watch yourself. 3-speed full throttle. What about that tower? You worry about those fighters. I'll worry about the tower. R2, that stabilizer's broken loose again. See if you can't lock it down. Any more good back there? Sorry.
Let him go. Stay on the link.
Hurry, Luke, you're cutting in the sack. R2 trying to freeze the power. Hurry up. Wait! Rebel base, 30 seconds, closing.
I'm on the link.
Hang on out.
Use the force, Luke. Let go.
Force is strong on this one.
Luke, trust me.
Yes, computer's off. Luke, you switched off your targeting computer. What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm all right.
I lost our cue.
Rebel base, in range.
You may fire when ready.
Commence primary ignition.
And you now. But
Look out. You're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home.
Stand by. Stand by.
Harrison Ford! Chewie wasn't
If you didn't believe me when I said that was one of the iconic scenes in film history, all you had to do was go sit with the guys in the back, my right, your left-hand corner. And as I'm sitting there with those guys, they probably didn't even know I was over there, I'm listening to them as they quote each line as they go through that scene in the film. I think they've seen it one too many times. I mean, I know for myself, I've watched it so many times that I probably have fallen asleep in front of it just as many times as I've seen it. But there's a bunch of lines in that film. Use the force, Luke. Let go, Luke.
I'm your father.
Not this one. Then Darth says, the force is strong with this one. And then Obi-Wan says again, Luke, trust me. And then the last little bit, which you guys didn't actually get to hear, was remember, the force will always be with you. And that's Obi-Wan's voiceover, all these coming over. I absolutely love that scene. You see, apart from the freakishly cool graphics of the time, remember that film was made before I was born, apart from the cool narrative which we can all quote and laugh along to, and from the great sound effects, which I hope you guys enjoyed through the sound system, is this God narrative which starts to come through the secular film. These ideas of faith that come through a secular film, they're very, very clearly present and clear in this thing. And so we watch this as the Rebel Alliance, right? They're there and they've had 2 attempts. You only saw one of their attempts. And they're trying to drop these bombs down the small little shaft to blow up the Death Star. This Death Star has the capability of blowing up whole planets. That's what's about to happen. And each time they've just been defeated at the last second. And finally, the 3rd attempt, Luke comes through. And as you saw, Luke comes through, and his first instance is to basically put his faith in the machines. And he's coming along there, he's using the machine to hone in on this radar, and then Obi-Wan's voice comes over and he says, Luke, use the Force. And so he does away with his machine, and the guys are like, what? You've got no machine. And in that instance, Luke moves from beyond seeing and believing and understanding and trusting in all the things he can hold. And he moves into putting his faith in something that he couldn't see. He puts his faith and his reliance in the Force to guide his missiles. And as you guys see, his missiles hit the target. And I guess this is a sort of a glimpse of what life with God is like. I mean, we can place our faith in the world around us, in our friends, in our family, in our wealth, in our health, in our happiness. Or we can place our faith in God. And I guess God's an unseen person when it comes to our day-to-day living. But he's always present, he's always active, and he's an all-powerful God that's in and around us at all times. And I think that when you start to look around, that his deeds and his evidence is clear throughout the world through the actions and deeds of those who believe and follow him. There's this other clip that I want to show you from Star Wars, and unfortunately we've run out of time to show it tonight. So instead you'll have to do with my little bit of narration. I got no accents, no voices to go with this, but sort of start picking up this gist. This is another one of my favourite scenes, and if you don't know it, if you haven't seen it, it's 2 hours of magic, you've got to watch it.
Woo!
But be warned, there's 6 of them, so you might have to watch all of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, Han Solo has this line, and he says, hokey religion and ancient weapons are no match compared to a good old blaster. Then Luke declares in the scene questioningly, so you don't believe in the Force, do you? To which Han Solo says, kid, I have flown from one side of the galaxy to the other side, and I've never seen anything to make me believe in one all-powerful force controlling everything. There's no mystical energy field that controls my destiny. It's all a lot of simple tricks and nonsense. And Obi-Wan Kenobi, if you haven't seen the film, he's this old dude that teaches Luke how to use the Force. Sort of just responds, and he gives Luke this helmet, which is a blast shield down so he can't see. And he says to Luke, I want you to use the Force to deflect these bullets that are going towards him. And there's sort of like this laughter from Han Solo's like, that's impossible. And then Luke does it. He deflects all these things. And Obi-Wan says, your eyes can deceive you, don't trust them. Your eyes can deceive you, don't trust them. And I think that we sort of sometimes all make this exact same mistake. We place our trust in our friends, we place our trust in our family, we place our trust in our abilities. And when life's going swimmingly well, we sort of just think, well, hey, there's absolutely no need for me to question absolutely anything or everything around me. Life's good, so let's just continue this way. For other people, you look beyond yourselves and you might see a world that's broken or dysfunctional. You're sort of like, well, you know what? If there is such a God, well, he's a pretty bad God because he's doing a pretty useless job. I mean, stuff is going wrong everywhere, so why on earth would I put my faith in him? And I guess we can take this stance quite easily when we look at our own lives and when we look at the world around us, but we've got to go back to Obi-Wan's line. Our eyes can deceive us, so don't trust them. And this exact same sentiment is repeated in the book of Hebrews, which is one of the books in the New Testament, in chapter 11, verse 1, where the writer says that faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. Which simply means that we can believe or desire or want something to happen. And even though it may not seem logical, to have faith that it will happen regardless, that's what real faith is. Hoping for something.